Hello my lovelies, and welcome to part 4 of May 2024 Deck Strength versus Weakness series. Our featured deck of the month, as you can see, is the Magical Dogs Tarot, and if you missed the previous portions, you can find that in the description box down below. You can go back for it. I also have playlists labeled Deck Strength versus Weakness, Perfect Pairs, and Anti-Pairs, so you can watch the previous several months of this series. So if you want to go back for those, you can. Quick recap on this particular deck by Daniel and Mickey Mueller. The strength of this deck is shadow work. The weakness of this deck is self-care. And today we're getting into anti-pairs. We're going to start with tarot for today, and tomorrow we're going to do oracle. I have 6 decks to show you. Sorry, I don't have that many to show you, especially when it comes to indie decks, which is what we're going to start with. This is the Little Magical Circus Tarot. This was a Kickstarter indie deck. It is Circus themed. It is also a majors only deck, and that is exactly the reason why it does not pair. So of course, when I say something doesn't pair, I don't mean aesthetically. I don't mean because the artwork on this one is different from the artwork on that one. It's about the energy of the deck. So please note that as we continue to go on. Magical Dogs just doesn't like the fact that that is an incomplete tarot deck. So it is rejected. And we're going to move right along to the next one. This is the Wild Reflections Tarot by Spell. So this is a very brand new indie deck from Kickstarter. As you can tell, the aesthetics are very different. Very, very different. And it kinda, I want to say, irks me that these two don't pair, but they don't because they have a strength versus weakness issue. So that being said, I understand why these two don't get along when they're on a table together and trying to function and read. It's not exactly something you can force. So that one is also a no-go. Now, the next one I'm going to show you is also a Kickstarter indie deck. It is also brand new. This is the Afterlight Tarot. So this one is very much different art style, and because of the artwork being what it is, I was prepared for these two not to like each other and for it to get rejected by the Magical Dogs simply because of the artwork, that it couldn't make sense out of the splotches of color and the shapes. That it'd be like, I don't know what I'm looking at, I don't know what I'm dealing with, how do I communicate with this deck? But it's actually not the reason why these two don't get along. It has nothing to do with the artwork. They just have a clash of strength versus weakness. So fundamentals. Nothing about artwork, just fundamentals, even though they are completely different looking decks. Alright, now we're going to move on to a mass market. Now here's one that you guys are probably very familiar with. This is the Rachel Hutch's deck. This is the White Sage Tarot. Okay, this is an interesting one. Because this is a deck that has different types of artwork. It also has chakras with the ribbons and stuff worked into the deck. And I thought maybe, okay, it doesn't like the chakra energy. So I kept on looking up this one, and it's not a strength versus weakness issue. It's not the fact that there's a chakra energy in this deck. No, it's actually a clash between divine masculine and divine feminine. It would be fine if these two were in balance as a divine masculine, divine feminine, but they're at odds. So these two are pretty much a no-go. They classify as an anti-pair. Alright, here's another interesting one. It's also a Divine Feminine deck, but that's not the reason why it doesn't pair. This is Anna Turian's deck, the Tarot of the Abyss. Okay, now, as you can tell, the artwork is extremely different. They are not alike at all. One has lots of color, one is black and white. It's a monochrome deck. One's a Divine Masculine, one's a Divine Feminine. It's not because of the divine energy. It's not because of the color or lack thereof. Believe it or not, if you're not familiar with the Tarot of the Abyss, I actually like this deck for this reason, but it has multiple Three of Swords, it has more Five of Swords, it has more Ten of Swords, it has additional cards. And apparently that is a little confusing to the Magical Dogs Tarot because the additional cards kind of freak it out. So this deck gets rejected by the Magical Dogs Tarot simply because it has too many cards. So, something interesting, something of note. I mean, if you're one of those people that likes pulling cards out of a deck, yeah, I have not tried to pull the additionals out of here to see if I could get the Magical Dogs to accept the Tarot of the Abyss, because after all, it is a Divine Feminine deck, and this is a Divine Masculine, so pulling those cards does not guarantee that those two decks will actually start getting along. Alright, and the last deck I have to show you, this is Pamela Chen's deck. This is the Tarot of Owls. Okay, yes, bright cheery decks, both together. They look kind of cute, very adorable. You'd think they would want to communicate. After all, this is a owl-themed RWS, but this is a dog-themed RWS. And no, they absolutely do not communicate with each other. And part of that is because of the themes. And it's not because one is earth-themed, one is air-themed. No. Hunting dogs? Anyone gone out, you know, pheasant hunting or anything like that with a dog? Dogs see birds as prey. So, yeah, not so good with the two type of themes going on here. One wants to hunt the other, and one sees the other as prey. Not so great when trying to get along on a table. Alright, my lovelies, that is all the decks I have to show for today. You can find the extended list of decks that do not pair for tarot in the description box down below. And tomorrow we're going to cover our last section, which is oracle decks that do not pair with the magical dogs. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Bye!